Okay, in today's clip, we're gonna be doing a close your wig and style over locks. Yeah, when I first met this client, I've done her hair like once before, but when I first met her, she messaged me. She said she had locks. I've never done an install over locks. The last time she got a sew in, she sent me a picture of her locks and they were down her back, and I was like, oh no. Because if locks are like long, where's the end going to go? Like that's going to make it super bulky, and no, I just didn't want that. But she said she was gonna cut them and comb them out. I was like, okay, cool. So 2 days before the appointment, well, not even 2 days before the appointment, the night before the appointment, she was like, oh, I don't even feel like combing them out. And she sent me a picture of what they looked like. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, I was so nervous because I'm not a great scalp braider. Like, that's just not me. I'm not a great scalp braider. So I was nervous for that. And then it's my first time doing a sew in of a locks. Like, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. But she came and I can insert a picture of how it looked. It didn't look big, it didn't look bulky or anything. But she got curls anyway, so if it was, it would have, the curls would have hidden the fact that if it was a little bit big, but nothing too major, I made it work and it came out looking great, as you can see. But in this video, we're going to be doing a wig and style. She couldn't take the sew in. So she was like, next time I'm gonna get you to make me a wig and install it. I was like, perfect. So I'm just scalp braiding her down. After I finish scalp braiding her, I'm gonna sit her up under the dryer. I can braid locks better when they're wet. I may not supposed to do this, but I did it anyway. So yeah, I'm just letting her sit under the dryer, let that dry. And then once I take her out, I want to do the ball cap method. And I like to use pantyhose, but now that I do people with locks or whatever, I use the traditional stocking caps on them because it's a little bit more sturdier, if that makes sense. So she's from up under the dryer. I'm gonna get the ball cap out. I'm not gonna just go ahead and put it on. I don't know why I was doing this before I even slicked down her edges or whatever. But I slicked down the edges with Got To Be. But right now I'm using some of my hair growth oil on her hair. She also has some at home that she uses on herself as well. It helps with itching, this dry scalp, dandruff, all that good stuff. You need to moisturize your hair when you're installing hair anyway. You need to moisturize your hair when you're installing hair. You need to moisturize your hair before you decide to do a protective style, you guys. So I'm using the Got To Be gel, the black spray. For some reason, people with locks, like their edges just get sleeker than people without locks. That's weird. But I like to use that, and I brush it, and I use the blow dryer on it at the same time. Always getting content, y'all. You guys always need to get content. So now I'm gonna put the little stocking cap on. Like, I like to use the lightest one. Like, when I use the stocking caps, I don't care if they make like the exact color brown that I need. Like, I like using the lightest color stocking cap because once it stretches, it's almost sheer. But this is like the second to the lightest. They make some that's way lighter than this. But I'm just sewing that on for the amount that I think that I'm gonna need. I never sew too far back because it's not really that necessary to have enough stocking for like the whole closure. Like, as long as you have enough for the edges, then you're fine. So I'm gonna just blow dry it. We was talking and gossiping, y'all. It was just some hot tea going on in the city at the time, and she was letting me know. It's crazy. I was seeing all the statuses, but I was ignoring them. Like, yeah, I really don't be into all that. But she was just telling me, and I was like, oh my gosh, what? Like, yeah, it was some real lifetime shit going on. But anyways, gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna find her makeup color real quick, and boom, thought I was recording, wasn't. But I just found her makeup color, put that on. I cut the remainder of the stocking cap off and all that. Put the makeup on the wig, and I like to blow dry the makeup so it's set. And now I spray spritz on the lace. After I put the makeup on, I spray spritz on the lace, and I blow dry the lace. It sets it in like even more. Okay, so now I'm just gonna rubber band like her ends together so they can be out of my way, because she doesn't like to keep like the full cap on her head because she likes to, scratch her scalp, as most people do. So I always like to ask clients, like, how do you want your hair like styled beforehand when they bring a wig? Like, that's why I love doing wig and styles. Like, I go ahead, I style it before they come. I just don't do the edges. Like, the same with frontals. Like, I don't do the edges, like pre-style those. Like, I wait till they come to do that part. But if they let me know, like, hey, yeah, I want a middle part, I want a side part, or I want, like, the two braids in the front, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that. Like, and she, like, before I even had time, she already know how it is at my shop. But before I even had time to offer her some wine, she was like, go ahead, open that bottle. I'm like, oh yeah, you done got too comfortable in my shop. But I'm gonna go ahead, go in with some Erica J glue. I don't use her protective spray beforehand. I've only used it a few times, don't really notice the difference, but I like the whole of her glue. So I just clean up like the area real quick with some alcohol. If your client is a little bit, sensitive, use Erica J's, or you can use the Sea Breeze. So when you rub the glue in like really good, it can dry like a little bit faster. Make sure you're rubbing in like even coats. Like, if you're rubbing it and some of it is smooth and then one piece is like a little bulb, go ahead and just rub all of it in, because it's not going to dry evenly, and then it might not even dry at all. It might still show up as like a white little ball. So you seeing how I just rub it in real good and it dried clear really fast. That's what you need to do. Like, rub it in really good. I wouldn't say like how you rub in lotion, but just make sure you're doing like good even coats. And I like to do at least 3 layers. If they're active, like, I have some clients that I know work out all the time. Some are like dancers. They like school events, like high school or like college. Then I do like 4 to 5 layers. Or just some people that just don't really take care of their lace or just actively sweat, like I do 4 to 5 on them. But for my average Joes, I do 3 layers. Not wasting my glue. Okay, now it's time to melt that lace. So now that you've like sized it up, make sure you know exactly where you want that closure to go before you even put that glue down. So you can just put the lace on top of the glue. You don't have to like smash it in or anything if you're not sure if that's where you want it to go. But once you like smash it in, like, it's set. That's where it's going to be. So when you get ready to cut off the lace, like, this is what I like to do. Like, cut at the middle part and work my way to like one ear, and then go to the other side and work my way to the other one. That don't make sense since I just worked my way the same exact way. But yeah, make sure you cut off that little extra piece over there, because like, don't, no matter how much makeup you put on that side, on that little piece, it will still show up lighter for some reason. And when you cut, make sure you're doing like zigzag motions. If you can lift up the lace and it's like a good amount of lace, not, glued down or stuck down, rub in some glue. Like, rub it in until it's clear. That's what you want to do. But if it's like just a little piece, you can just put spritz on there and you're good. Like, put the spritz on there, put the milk band on there, and that's all you have to do right there. But make sure you do zigzag motions when you cut. You don't never want to cut like strictly straight across. If it's still some areas that's like light and you want to go back over with the makeup, just get a little dab. I suggest, like, if you don't really do this a lot, use powder instead of liquid when you do this one little step. But if you use the liquid, then dab it a little bit and like rub it across your skin, and then dab it on their closure. Okay, when I do closure installs, like, I really mainly like to do two baby hairs. So I like carve out a C. I do this with all my baby hairs though. I don't just carve straight across. I carve out C's, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna use my milk band. Like, my milk band is not clothy. It's an elastic band. It's gonna do the job. It's gonna make sure your hair is melted. My friend, she likes to use my milk bands instead of her milk bands because she said it get the job done. Okay, now on to the fun part. So I'm just about to take all these clips out of her hair while I'm letting the band set, and that's another good reason why I love like pre-styling the hair or whatever. And so basically I just wand curled her hair before the appointment. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and curl the front pieces still before I take the band off. I'm gonna like hot comb them first, and then I'm gonna just curl them up. So I like clean parts, neat parts, or whatever. I'm trying to like make sure everything is in place, getting her right. So the hot comb and the curling iron still wasn't hot apparently. So I'm just gonna like comb and fluff out these curls. So I actually did these curls with a curling iron. I treated the curling iron like it was a wand curler. I like how those curls always come out for me. Well, apparently I wasn't recording when I actually curled the rest of it and fluffed it out and everything. Wow. So I guess let's just get straight to the baby hairs. So how I carved it out makes it look kind of like she has like a widow peak going on, and she has like an actual widow peak, so that resembles her look a little bit, and she really likes when I do that. So that's a plus of using C carving when like cutting out your baby hairs. And when I cut my baby hairs, I like for kind of like a layered baby hair kind of look. So the well, not the curls, but the hair goes from short to long. I don't really like cutting my baby hair straight across. Never cut your baby hairs too short. You cannot grow this hair back. So if you cut them too long, you don't like how they look when you swoop them, that's fine. Comb it out, cut them, swoop them again. See if you like it that way. Never cut your baby hairs shorter than 3 inches. Just don't. So I'm using Got To Be the black gel to do the baby hairs right here. I also like using Eco Styler gel, the green Eco Styler gel to do the baby hairs. Love them. I mean, love the gel. So basically, I just comb down and then backwards. So like a whole nother type of C shape. And I smooth it out with the back of this brush. And that's all that I do. You can't really see, it looks weird from right here. You can't really see actually how it looks, but I'll insert pictures, of course, later on. And I like to use a blow dryer to just go ahead and dry it in place so it's set. And it also will help the lace at the same time. Like, it'll also dry the glue a little bit extra. Even though you already melted it, it also helps as well. So I'm just going back if I see any imperfections that I don't like, fixing it up, making sure all the hairs are even, like swooped all together, like in unison. I like it when it's like that. And I'm just going, look at me, like, I'm just going in with the hot color. I'm so sorry, Andrew. But yeah, I like a clean little look. But yeah, I just went in with the hot comb just to fix it up like a little bit. It looks like I'm doing nothing, but I'm pretty sure that I was doing something. But yeah, that's like how I like to do the baby hairs. Okay, you can see it a little bit better now. So now I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna do the other one. Okay, so again, make sure you have like the baby hair carved out into the C shape. You can also do 3 baby hairs on a closure, but you have to do like the placement correctly. If I have like a closure in style coming up, and if they want like all the baby hairs, I can do like another video on that. So you got to see a little bit better of how to do, like how to cut the baby hairs. You can cut downward just like how I did, or like that time, or you could do it how I did it the last time and just cut like straight, well not straight but like slanted, like that way, and then just swoop it. Make sure the hair behind it is like combed, the back is out of your way, all the baby hairs are aligned in a row, is neat. I'm kind of like a perfectionist, so I have to go back over what I did with the hot comb. It's a habit. And then just swoop it in the way that you want it to be swooped. You see that? You can see this side way better than you can see the other side. And it's just like what the hot comb just does for me. Like, my clients hate it, but I love it. They love the results, so they gotta suck it up. But yeah, this is what it's giving. I'm finna play with it a little bit more, and I'll insert better pictures because you can't really see what it's giving like right here, right now. What did I spray on her hair? Oh, yeah, I just cleaned up the part a little bit, put makeup on it. I already put makeup on it before she came because I knew her color, and I touched up the part, but I retouched it up or whatever just then. And yeah, I'm still playing with it. Gotta insert pictures. But I'm so proud of myself. Like, I finally made another video, y'all. I'm gonna try to keep them coming. I'm just hot combing it down like a little bit more now so it can look flatter. So it won't seem like, it's a bunch of locks up under there. Y'all see that? Period. And it's her birthday. Thank y'all for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.